Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amaya-Trewin, and I'm going to be doing a market analysis of the website of Mike's Italian Pizza. First, let's go over how the four P's are applied to your website. And the four P's are your product, your price, your place, and your promotion. I'm going to cut this really nice and sweet and short for you guys because I only have 5 minutes. Your product is lackluster. You're offering only half of your experience and quite frankly, the hospitality part of your experience is not being shown whatsoever. There's no proof of having nice service, of having a bombacious personality, a bombastic personality with your crew. There is absolutely nothing regarding the actual people of your restaurant. Which brings me to the place. It is not even noted that your restaurant is a restaurant. There is only there's only mentions of tools that would facilitate delivery and takeout. If someone were to be ordering from your website, there would be no way that they could possibly know that you have a actual restaurant, that you have the capabilities to have people stay in at your restaurant. That is not found whatsoever. Your prices do speak for what your company goal is, and your company vision is to be a community-based restaurant, and your prices reflect that, along with your wide range of menu items. Your wide range of menu items and your prices are under market value for a good range. So this means that you really are looking out for your locals by not having them have to travel down all the way to another place, like I say downtown, in order to find a good Italian dessert because you give that, you have that. And promotion, you guys have nothing going on in promotion, not a single thing. There's no sponsorship. There's no sponsorship upon on the browser looking up your place. There is no social media that is linked to your website or any website that's linked to your social media. There's no attempts at commercials, and the only first accounts that you have, like the only first hand accounts that you have to promote it are Google reviews. And quite frankly, that is not enough, especially when you do not have the uh, reviews on the website itself. There's just no, you have a lot of nothing going on. You have a lot of nothing. And I understand that there is a lot of menu items, so you would think that there is a lot of need to scroll far down, and you think that would be enough, but no, no, it is not, and neither is it an excuse cut out to cut out content of your website. All right, let's talk about your target marketing position. Let's talk about your vision. Once again, it is a community-based vision and offers food to locals who don't want to travel far. We've already gone over it. Only appealing quality is the menu range and the price of food, and that is because that is the only qualities that you find on the website. You don't find any personality. You don't find any personal history. You don't find any. It's just a lot. It's very low effort. It's very low effort, which you know, you, there's just, it's not a lot of people that you're not really reaching out to as a result of your very vague target marketing positioning. I do believe that you could improve by having more photos of food, by making a social media and having a link on your website that leads to your social media. Having a link that leads to social media from your website to make more of an online presence. Because you can find a lot of things on social media, and I'm not saying social media is the only way. But I'm saying you can find people or accounts come over to your area to go and recommend it to other people, to recommend it to their followers, which a lot of these people have very, very solid standings. And your data gathering is I'm not even sure if you guys do any data gathering. Like, because if you were to look at how many cookies your website actually has, it's just the 12. You only have 12 cookies on there. And it's like, I'm not saying to load it with cookies and load it with permissions, but you guys need to do some data gathering of your own to find out who you are selling to. And putting it all into Slice and Twilio is not going to do much good for you, because it's just, you know, it's all in the other person's hands. I implore that you guys go ahead and you do a little bit of investing into your website, rework it a little bit in order to have your own ordering portal, and in order to implement your own data gathering sources, so that you could work with it, because that way you are going to break even. Eventually you are going to break even with the cost of that website. You're not going to break even with the subscription costs of Slice. These guys are going to have you on a contracted subscription, and they're going to continue to have you on that contracted subscription. And look, in the end, ultimately, you are going to be losing money. That's just how it is. Let's talk about your micro and macro environmental factors. Your macro environmental factors are the demographic, economic, and social cultural economic factors. As for micro environmental factors, are your customers, competitors, and distribution channels. Let's talk about your demographic, economic factors, because this here is very interesting. What you choose to do here is that you choose to create a community with your competition by stating in your about section that these people are all locally uh, that these people are all, great competitors, and that there are many places in Miami, and that you have taken a few recipes from their book and put it onto your own menu. Now, I understand that it does create a sense of community. However, you are lending a little bit too much credit to these people, because, I mean, if you have their top local places, why would they have a copy when they can have the original, right? So I do think that you should mention your competitors, but not give them as much credibility as you do. For the micro environmental factors, we could talk about the customers, we could talk about your competitors again, we can talk about the community that you talk about. I mean, you want to create the community that you are basing your vision on, and we could talk about the distribution channels, but I've already done that. I have already done that. Your customers are local people that are looking to have a nice meal with their family, and they just want to have Italian. They just want to have a little Italian food, and they don't want just pizza. They can have the spaghetti, they can have the fettuccine, they can have the chicken parm, the meatball subs. They can have a cannoli if they want. And it's just people that are looking for an Italian experience. And your competitors, I mean, look, I know the area. I know the area. You guys have Two Brothers and Marino's Pizza right around the corner. You guys are right there. You guys are right there. So if you are, once again, back to the about where you gave them a little bit of credibility. If you're saying that in your about section, I would feel more compelled to go to the places around you, because I would think that those are the people that you know got some recipes from. That's enough about your factors. All right. Let's talk about the intangibility, inseparability, variability, and perishability. Now, these are all different traits of the experience that you have to offer, and how your website really gives proof of these traits. Now, your intangibility is, you only have the tangible part of the service, which is the food. And once again, you have a fully capable restaurant. You have a fully capable restaurant that you are not advertising in any regard. Um, which is the intangible part, which is the service, which is how your crew treats your customer and how the customer feels when they are eating at your establishment. Inseparability, you guys don't have anything. You guys don't have anything that would convey to customers that you have a capability to offer an experience that isn't just the food. Which in restaurants, you have more than just the food. In restaurants, you have the whole experience. You have how nice the crew are, how fast you get the food, how attentive your waiter is. It's a lot of things that are just not accounted for in your website. And your variability, again, with the Google reviews, I suggest that you guys put a review system into the actual website itself, because there's nothing confirming that you have good food besides the Google's reviews, and those aren't always credible and those aren't always reliable. So I would suggest that you have a personal review system onto your website in order to give a little bit more credibility and validity to the consistency at which you put out good quality food. Your perishability, well, okay, what your perishability means is like how urgent you want people, or how urgent you want to make people feel how urgent you want to make people feel your services are. You guys don't have any of that. Once again, it is, you have your closing hours, but to improve upon that, you could have special day deals. You can have random deals. You can put out, like, the ads that have like the coupons on in the mail. You could have one of those, bring people in like that way. You can have a loyalty system in which you reward your customers with frequent comings and goings, by like just like cutting off like a few items, or like throwing in like bread some garlic bread for free for like 3 orders each. Anything like that could really help you. Ah, man. Well, that's about all the time that I really do have. I'm sorry I talked for as long as I did, but that's there's a lot more that I could give you. There is definitely a lot more that I could give you, but I'm way over my time limit, so I will leave you to your business. My name is Lucas Amaya-Trewin once again. Thank you very much for listening.